Want help to grow your business? Download BRiN, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit BRiN.ai or search the App Store today.
Hi, I'm Dale Beaumont and welcome to Secrets Exposed. This is the show that takes you up close and personal with world-leading business experts. And our topic for this interview is the secrets behind 6 or even 7-figure product launches. That coming up in just a moment. My special guest today is successful internet entrepreneur Jane Copeland. And our topic for this interview is the secrets behind 6 or even 7-figure product launches. Jane, welcome to the studio.
Hi Dale, thrilled to be here.
All right, so we're going to be talking about product launches, a really exciting topic. There are some people watching that may know what product launches are. Some people kind of have no idea, so we're going to quickly bring them up to speed. But this is going to be an in-depth interview. We're going to talk about lots and lots of great tips, and hopefully you're taking lots of notes and putting them into practice. So first question though is, what is a product launch? How do you define it? Because a lot of people still don't know what they're all about.
Yeah, it's a really good question because I guess the perception out there is that you have to have some kind of online product to be launching, that you're launching online, and that isn't the case. It's really when you're taking any kind of product or service and launching it online. So using online marketing to generate sales for that product or service.
Okay, so and with the product launch, oftentimes it can be a brand new product, right, that you develop from scratch. Yeah. But sometimes you can also be relaunching effectively a product that you might have had for a couple of years, and you might come up with a new version of something or a new spin, or you might kind of add a new twist to it, right? You can
definitely,
you can actually, it doesn't have to be a new product necessarily.
No, absolutely not. And that's the thing with launching, is that it really, one launch builds on each other, and it's an evolving process. And it really is, you can be starting out in business if you're working one-on-one, or if you've got some kind of physical product as well.
Okay, so let's just answer a few questions. So it can be a brand new product. It could be a pre-existing product as well.
That's right.
It could be a physical product that you actually ship. It could be a digital product that you download.
So
it's actually, you're not even actually holding it in your hand. But it also can be used for services as well.
Absolutely.
Explain that. How does that work?
So say if you were something like a dry cleaner or a chiropractor, you can actually use launching to actually launch your business, and also to generate more traffic into your clinic. And you can also use it to get online to actually release some kind of leveraged online product too. So it's got multiple facets and and ways.
Even though we are going to focus a lot on online, because it's where you can get a lot of leverage, and it's where also you can help to spread the word through social media. But you can also help if you have a bricks and mortar, an offline business as well. You can promote online, and some sales will happen online. But also, if you have a physical store, you can actually use it to drive more foot traffic into your store as well, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And the way, you can certainly do that. And the ability with launching online and using online marketing strategies is that you can really target a specific local area as well as going internationally. So it's just so flexible.
All right, now you're an expert in this area and you've done lots of different launches. Would you be able to share just a couple of launches that you've done? And if you want to share any figures or whatever, that'd be okay. I think it'd be great to give people kind of hope and just show people what's really possible in their own business.
Yeah, well, I guess I want to answer that by saying, why would you want to do a launch? And some of I guess 3 of the top things that you would get out of this is that it's really great for building brand awareness and awareness about you and your service. And the next thing is that it's one of the quickest ways that you can establish authority. And the reason in your niche, and the reason for that is because generally when you're launching, it involves doing a concentrated amount of advertising over a certain amount of time. And you might, when I do launches, I use Facebook marketing. And what that means is that your dream customer is going to be seeing a lot of images of you popping up in their news feed. And that's really, really, really powerful. So in my own case, I guess I can use my own case or my own story as an example of how launching can really build your business quickly, is that I launched an online program which I sold for about $2,000 as my first really foray into the online sphere. And at the time when I was launching, my dream customer was saying to me, "Oh my gosh, Jane, you're absolutely everywhere." And the reality was that I wasn't everywhere. I was just everywhere to that particular customer base, or that market of people that I was trying to reach. Anyway, so the first launch that I had, I think I sold 20 people at $2,000, and that was, what's that?
40,000?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that was really, and it was quite easy-ish to do, you know. And so that was quite a successful launch. And then I've gone on to do most of my launches are multiple six figures now. But again, it started from, you know, having that $40,000 launch and then building up. And I guess like one of the things that I would highly recommend people do is to really get out there and just do it, rather than, you know, spending time creating or getting, if you're doing an online program, getting that right. You know, just launch out there, because every launch builds on each other.
Yes, totally. Okay, so and you can use these principles depending on people's size of their business, because some people, maybe $40,000 would totally change their world. For other people, they could be making like you've done hundreds of thousands of dollars, six figures, and other people can even do launches and make millions. Is that correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, I was selling a product that was $2,000. You know, you can also sell a product that's $100 or $200 or $5,000. So, and I think it's really important also to say that the way that you that each launch has a particular conversion vehicle. So it's not necessarily, or it might be that you're getting people who, you know, for you it might be that they're walking into your clinic, or for someone else it might be that they're purchasing a product off a sales page. Or in my case, I played to my conversion strengths, which was that to get people on the phone and close them on the phone. Okay, so my launch funnel, the conversion vehicle was getting people on the phone. So when anyone's doing a launch, they want to consider what the right conversion vehicle is for their own business and for themselves as well.
Cool. Now, we're going to talk a lot about the online side of things in this interview, and we'll also touch on Facebook and some of the success that you've had there. But just to bring everybody on board with this strategy and say it can really work for any business, let's just say I'm a dentist, I have an existing business, and I'm launching a new service, which is, say, teeth whitening as well.
Yes.
So we can use these same principles, right, for that.
Yeah, absolutely, you can. I mean, I guess ultimately you want to make sure that you're providing something, a product or service that someone wants.
Yeah.
That's really the most important thing. And then it's a matter of going out there and creating some kind of offer, you know, some kind of exciting, you know, positioning around this offer, whether it's like, you know, that's got some kind of scarcity or time limited offer that's going to increase the sense of urgency for that person to buy. And generally speaking, when you launch, you would make it around a certain time period. So it might be like a 3-week offer or a 6-week offer or a 1-month offer or something like that, where doors might be opening and closing for this particular offer.
Now, why does a business owner need to take this idea and concept on? Like, does it make that much difference is the question I'm asking.
Yeah. Do you mean with the actual launching and having this kind
with
of
the
like...
actual results? Like, what about if I just, you know, sort of slapped it together, you know, and just kind of go, okay, guys, you know, today I'm offering teeth whitening services versus doing a proper launch?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So it's really not a case of build it and they will come at all. You really need to know what you're doing. Well, know that there's actually a process in place and to have a little bit of a plan. Of course, you know, every launch you do, you'll be getting it, have been more and more successful, but it's not a matter of putting things out there. People need to go through some kind of a process to help them with that purchase decision. And that's what launching does. And a really good example is if you look at in Australia, how we sell our houses, which is by auction or private treaty. So launching is a bit like doing an auction, where for a set period of time, people have the opportunity to purchase a home, right? And then going through that process, there's a lot of excitement and momentum around it. Okay, and then you're forced to, well, if somebody wants that product or service, they really need to make a decision as to if they're going to buy it. And that's really, really powerful.
So part of it is that scarcity we'll talk more about later on.
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right.
And so I've heard that sometimes, like I know of people that have launched products. One, they just put it out there. They didn't do any promotion. Just here it is one day and it's there forever. And then other people that do a proper launch, they say it can be sometimes a 10 times difference. Instead of making 10,000, they make 100,000, or instead of making 100,000, they make $1 million. It can be that dramatic in terms of the result.
Yeah, and the reason for that is that people buy from who they know, like, and trust, as you know. And going through that launch process enables that person to get to know, like, and trust you. Okay, and it also, when you're doing a launch or going through a launch, there is a process that allows you to help them along in that sale. So it's kind of quite coordinated. And a big part of a launch, an online launch, is an email sequence. People will buy from a good email sequence. And most people think that people will buy off a web page. But actually what we're seeing now is that email sequences where you have that opportunity to add value and to create that relationship with someone is becoming more powerful than a sales page.
All right, fantastic. We'll talk more about that in a sec. So I'm sold, and I definitely want to do this. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a short break. When we get back, we're actually going to start going through the steps. We're going to lay it all out because you've touched on a lot of things, which is awesome. Email sequences, creating the scarcity as well, finding out what people really want as well, talking about the timing, opening doors, closing doors. So I'd love you to just explain everything, and really we'll give people the roadmap of what to actually do and how to do it.
Okay, I can't
All right,
wait.
we'll take a short break, and when we get back, we'll get into the nitty-gritty details, the nuts and bolts of how to successfully launch a product and achieve a result of 6 or even 7 figures. So keep watching. Welcome back. We're speaking with Jane Copeland about how to successfully launch a product and make 6 or even 7 figures from that particular launch. We're speaking about what a product launch is, how it can work for both product-based businesses and service businesses, how it can work for people online, offline, local, or even global businesses as well. So now that you're on board, we're going to go through the steps of how to actually do it. So what I'd like to do is start at the top. And one of the things that you said in the earlier part of the interview was you need to sell something that people want.
Yes.
Can you please elaborate on that?
Well, really, people...
There's no point launching something, right, that people don't want.
Well, yeah, and you'd be surprised how many people get that wrong. And really...
To continue enjoying this presentation, download BRiN, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit BRiN.ai or search the App Store today.